Meanwhile, the beefsteaks are on. Donald Trump's allies are showing up in full force at the former president's New York City trial and in New York City at fundraisers. Listen.
Ladies and gentlemen of America, this trial is a joke. This thing is a farce. Where's the crime? There is no crime.
The prosecution's main strategy appears to be to bore the jurors into submission.
Trump is leading all over the country, and the conclusion you could draw from that is the American people have already acquitted Donald Trump.
And they're all dressed exactly alike. Senator Tim Scott joins us now. Also, joined the former president last night in the Big Apple. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, you guys raised some money last night.
Over $10 million. The good news is there is momentum on the campaign for Donald Trump. I have not seen this kind of excitement and enthusiasm around our country, not just here in New York City, big blue New York City, but across the country. People are asking the one question that they really care about. Am I better off under Joe Biden or Donald Trump? And the numbers are absolutely clear. Donald Trump created the best economy, law and order, and world peace. Joe Biden, devastation after devastation after devastation.
It's not even speculation. I mean, President Trump has said it, and he has you by his side a lot, and he's really considering you in the shortest of short lists to be vice president. What have you noticed being with him that makes you perhaps think that you could work very well with him?
Well, there's no doubt President Trump has more energy than a 40-year-old. Here's a man who is absolutely on top of his game. Who can sit through hours and hours of a boring courtroom, come to a fundraiser, and do it again? Who shows up in New Jersey? 107,000 people coming to hear Donald Trump. I like that kind of energy. I like the synergy of having a conversation about how do we produce the best economy for the poorest Americans. When President Trump was in office, the lowest 20% of American earners, their wages grew faster than the top. Here's a man who understands, as a developer, let's bring resources back to the poorest communities in the country, my opportunity zones. Here is a president who understands, without respect for law enforcement, you don't have a country. So instead of refunding the police, he and we can actually refund the police, not defund the police.
How would you be different than Mike Pence if he asked you to be his running mate?
Well, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that President Trump is the next president 47. The difference between me and anybody else is simply this: the story of pain and misery that so many Americans are experiencing today, I've lived through. I understand the Ronald Reagan revolution made this country amazing and made poor kids like me possible to achieve the American dream. Under Donald Trump, he's done it once. 7 million new jobs, the lowest unemployment rate for African Americans, for Asians, for Hispanics. We need a president who understands how to produce opportunities for the poorest Americans.
Right. I did see where you grew up, and I knew you've come from leaps and bounds, especially after your parents divorced and where you had to go through living with your grandparents, you and your brother, and look what you both have achieved. That is beyond reproach, and I know the former president appreciates that. Meanwhile, yesterday, the current president said, I'm going to take a page from Donald Trump, and I'm going to look at China as an economic enemy, and I'm going to put tariffs on China. Man, has his position changed. Watch.
Americans, I want to make it clear, notwithstanding what the other guy's saying, can buy any kind of car they want, whether it's gas, electric, or hybrid. But we're never going to allow China to unfairly control the market for these cars, period.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They can't figure out how they're going to deal with the corruption that exists within the system. I mean, they're not bad folks.
What's changed?
Well, elections. Elections have consequences, and he is losing this election. So now he's trying to take a page out of Donald Trump's book.
100% tariff on China goods.
It's all about elections. He doesn't care about the economy. As a matter of fact, think about the border, Brian. This president has allowed 70,000 Americans to lose their lives.
Tens of thousands of Chinese.
And now he's going to talk about closing the border not because Americans are dying, but because he's losing in the polls. We need a commander-in-chief who loves America enough to sacrifice for this nation and step into the fire. That's what Donald Trump does. Biden steps away from the fire.
There's a report out today on FoxNews.com, and it only came out 20 minutes ago, an hour ago, excuse me. and it says that China's behind these protests, doing a lot of the financing behind the college protests that are roiling this country. It's about time somebody addressed this.
100%. Listen, we have to get rid of all the Confucius Institutes on China, college campuses. What we know about China is that their goal is to replace America. They want to do it from the inside. One of the things that you started to say is over 6,000% increase in Chinese nationals coming across our southern border. The number of sleeper cells that we should be concerned about in our country is devastating numbers. We have to have a president back in office who loves America enough to protect America.
And now we have a senator in South Carolina who's starting to love New York, right?
Well, no.
Well, you're here a lot. Okay.
I love Charleston. I love our president. But Trump, I love our president, but I love Charleston as much as anybody.
Great to see you, Senator.
See you there soon, I hope.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.